Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Brahmayarala. If you like my previous videos, just do subscribe my channel and share with your colleagues and friends and in your circle. So this is a continuation to the previous videos. This is part 4 where I'm going to give you an overview on EC2 instance in this video. And if you missed my previous videos on S3, um, Snowball Edge, and IAM services, then I'll provide a link in the description. Just go through it. You'll get um, idea and those services as well. And let's quickly jump into the EC2 instance. EC2 is Elastic Compute Cloud Service where you can choose your instance by OS, storage, memory, and network throughput. If you want to go with the storage kind of thing, if you have a large huge amount of data to store, and you can choose storage kind of instance. Whereas if you want to process big data, or the machine learning kind of thing, where you want a memory to process the files, then you can choose memory related instance. Whereas if you want a high network or throughput, then you can go with network throughput related instance. And you can launch an SSH into EC2 instance within minutes. You don't need to spend much more time on that. You can directly SSH into EC2 instance, and you can access all the data related to the EC2 instance, the metadata, user data kind of. I'll give you more details on the metadata and user data as well, and you can stop or start the services as well through the SSH. And EC2 comes in different types of instances, where it comes in general purpose, compute optimized, um, memory optimized, accelerator optimized, storage optimized. So the general purpose can balance of compute, memory, and network resources. um, Whereas compute optimized is actually ideal for the compute bound applications that benefit from a high performance processor. So if you want to compute a large amount of data, um, then you can choose compute based, compute optimized kind of instances. Whereas if you want fast performance for workloads, where while working with the large data sets, then you can choose a memory optimized. This is very useful for the big data processing or the machine learning processing nowadays, where um, nowadays everyone using the memory based for the memory machine learning and big data processing. And the accelerator optimized, this is for hardware accelerators. This is for hardware, so you can select the coprocessor as well here in the accelerator optimized. And the storage optimized, um, if you were if you have a sequential read write access on the large data sets, you can go with the storage optimized. um, and The instance size generally double in price and key attributes, so make sure while increase your instance size, it will double the price as well. So if you want to increase, then just make sure the price details and the key attributes as well. um, and the placement groups let you choose the logical placement of your instances to optimize for better communication and performance or durability. And this is actually a free thing. Placement groups, you don't need to pay a single penny from your pocket for the placement groups. As I said, the user data is a script that will be automatically run by the EC2 instance, that will give you the user related details. Whereas the metadata will give you the current instance metadata. You can access the metadata from local endpoint when SSH into EC2, your EC2 instance. You can access the metadata using a curl command with the following URL, the 0000. You can replace this with your IP address, curl followed by http colon for, and your IP address followed by the latest slash metadata will give you the metadata of your current instance. The metadata can be of like, it will give you the instance type, the current IP address, kind of. So that's it on the EC2 instance. Let's quickly jump onto the EC2 pricing. The EC2 pricing will give you more details on how to choose, when to choose, where to choose, what kind of instance to choose for your need. So basically, EC2 has four pricing models. It comes up with the on-demand instance, spot instance, reserved instance, dedicated instance. You can choose any of these instances based on your need. So I'll give you one by one, give you one by details on one by one. Let's go with on demand. So on demand is will give you a least commitment. So least commitment in the sense it won't give you a guarantee on the instance, and it is actually low cost and flexible. Or you can only pay for an hour. You don't need to pay for the entire day. And idle when the workloads cannot be interrupted. And use cases kind like you can use it for short term kind of things. And if your application has a spiky kind of thing, then you can use it. And if you are not able to predict your workloads, then you can go with on demand instances. And if you are working for the first time, if you're deploying your apps for the first time on the instances, then you can go with on demand, where you can try the trial and error on your instance. And reserved instance. So reserved instances up to 75% off. These are best for long-term usage, and the use cases are steady state or predictable usage, whereas the on-demand is unpredictable usage, whereas this is for predictable usage. This has a steady state as well. Um, you can resell unused reserved instances in reserved instance marketplace. So this is very helpful. If you have unused reserved instance space, then you can sell it in a reserved instance marketplace. And the reduced pricing is based on the term, class, offering, and the payment option. And the payment terms, like it comes from 1 year to 3 years. And the payment options are like all upfront, partial upfront, or no upfront. And the reserved instances is offering classes as well: standard, convertible, scheduled. Standard is actually a 75% reduced pricing compared to the on demand, whereas the convertible is a 54% reduced pricing compared to the on demand, whereas the scheduled is a reserved instance for a specific period. So if you want to go with the entire week for a few hours, then you can choose a scheduled instance. It will be scheduled automatically. You don't need to manually do anything. So that's it on the reserved instances. And the spot instances. So spot instances will give you biggest savings. It gives you up to 90% of request spare computing capacity, whereas the flexible start and end timings as well. And the use cases like can handle interruptions, like a server randomly stopping or starting. So it can handle the interruptions as well. So you can use these kind of instances for non-critical operations or background jobs, kind of. And the instances can be terminated by AWS at any point of time. So make sure while choosing the spot instance, there is no guarantee that the instance will be constantly running for you, for your application. um, so spot instances can be terminated by the AWS at any point of time. And if your instance is terminated by the AWS, then you don't get charged for partial R usage. Whereas if you terminate your instance, then you'll still be charged for that ran hour. um, so make sure while choosing the spot instance. These are very helpful points while choosing the spot instance. And the dedicated hosting, the highly expensive instance type in the AWS EC2. So this is only for the dedicated hosting. So make sure while choosing your instance type, if you need a dedicated EC2 instance, then go with the dedicated hosting, dedicated EC2 instance for your servers or applications. So this is for dedicated servers, can be on demand or reserved, up to 70% of off. And use case is for when you need a guarantee or the high isolate hardware for your applications. You can go with the dedicated instance type. And this is mostly suitable for the enterprise level organizations, kind of. um, so that's it on the dedicated hosting. So these are the instance types and the pricing models of the EC2 instance. I hope you like the video. So if you like the video, just do subscribe my channel and share with your colleagues and friends in your circle. I'm going to give you knowledge or the major points related to the each AWS service. So just do subscribe my channel, so that and press the bell icon so that you don't miss my videos. Thanks guys, thanks for your support. Because you can expect at least one, not one, two or three questions from EC2 instance. um, you can expect on the different types of instances, like a general purpose, memory optimizer, accelerator optimizer, way to use these optimizer things. And you can expect the metadata related questions as well. So user data, there will be nothing in the user data. Metadata, like what kind of data will be available, or what kind of, how can you access the metadata, so kind of. And then you can expect at least one or two questions on the pricing as well. This is very important and very helpful for while your choosing your EC2 instance. So you can expect at least two or three questions, like on the, when we should use on demand, what is the uses, and the use cases of the on demand, um, and when can we use the reserved instances, and the classes offering by the reserved instances, classes offering standard, convertible, scheduled, and spot pricing, and the dedicated hosting as well. You can expect at least 3 to 4 questions from the AWS EC2 pricing. um, that's it guys. That's it for this video. Thanks for your support.